Now accessing audio log 2021-07-25 from the mind of some guy named Rob. Access granted.
Since my previous video on how to make the Summer Olympic Games better, the most popular question that I've been asked is, Rob, what the hell is wrong with you? With variations on this question rounding out the top 5 or maybe 20, it's not important. What is important is that somewhere in the mix of the masses questioning my psychological and emotional well-being, comes another question that I'll be focusing on for this video. Hey, do you have any other amazing ideas to help make the Olympic Games feel less like a slug rodeo on Quaaludes? Well, ladies and gentlemen, and all points in between, you can bet your sweet bippies that I've got more great ideas for combining and streamlining the Summer Games for your horror and amusement. Strap in, and strap on. It's going to be a wild ride. Now, the first thing we need to do is break down all the events into easy-to-understand categories. Speedy events, strength events, flippy events, combat sports, water sports, fuck-off rich kid sports, and miscellaneous, useless shit. First, you've got your speed events. This is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, these are your runny, jumpy, climby, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest assured that no one gives a shit about them sports. Well, okay, not exactly. These events actually do tend to generate a buzz, but we can make them better. I mean, these athletes are fast already. But you know what makes people even faster? Fear. Sprinter Usain Bolt may have run the 100-meter dash in a blistering 9.58 seconds to set the current world record as of the time of this video, but anyone who has seen a high school student sprint for the early bus home at the end of the last day of school to avoid having the piss beaten out of them by all the people he's pissed off all year knows, fear can help you cover well over 300 meters in 6 seconds flat while carrying a 20-pound book bag if enough people are chasing after you. So how do we make the fastest of the fast, start speech r equals slow even end speech, faster? Well, the way I see it is this can go one of two ways. The first idea is to keep the events as they are, but add in the danger element by releasing very fast and very hungry predatory animals about 15 to 20 meters behind the starting line to give the runners a head start. On one hand, this is bound to help push the boundaries of human speed to all-time highs, as the imminent fear of death from a pack of lightning-fast apex predators tearing slowpokes limb from limb in a cacophony of growling and screaming does tend to fall squarely in the highly motivational category. On the other hand, there is the very serious risk that the animals will all stop and feast on the slowest person, which takes away a lot of the drama, as you pretty much know going in who the favorites are to remain alive long enough to earn a medal. Also, after a couple of rounds of feasting on the losers, the predators are just going to take a nap or hibernate, or whatever the hell they do after a big meal. So they won't be running anyone down for dessert, which also cuts down on the potential for drama. And sports without drama is just golf, and quite frankly, there's too much of that crap on display already. The second, and far better idea, is to continue with our theme of combining events for maximum entertainment value. If we're not going to implement my idea to replace archery and target shooting with drive-by shootings, then all we need to do is have these shooty-style events run at the same time as the speed events. The setup is brilliant in its simplicity. Have the archers/target shooters/javelin and discus throwers take their shots from the infield of the track, toward the outside where the targets are set up. This has all the drama for the runners who will be running right through a live firing range, wondering if they will or won't get taken down by rogue arrows, bullets, or spears. It also has the added drama for those doing the shooting. Do you take the best possible shot to go for your own gold medal, or target the runner of another competing nation to help your track team? The emergent storyline opportunities are nearly endless. Plus there's the ever-present danger of the crowd in attendance being taken out by stray shots, which only adds to the excitement. And as there are likely to be a lot fewer survivors overall, the medal ceremony will be nice and quick. Finally, be honest now, wouldn't it be awesome to hear a world-class athlete say, on camera, that they too were a medal contender, until they took an arrow to the knee? Anyone who doesn't think that would be awesome is a liar. We've already covered strength events in our last video, but for those who don't want to see men and women juiced up to the point where they're juggling 100-pound barbells as a warm-up, how about a slightly different twist? Instead of lifting a weight over your head for a second and a half before dumping it on the floor like a klutz, how about we add another layer of challenge? Put these strong men and ladies inside an enclosed space, just big enough for a single person, and just have them hold up the roof of the structure. It goes without saying that the roof is actually just small enough to slide inside the enclosed area, so that it would slide all the way to the floor if it weren't being held in place by our intrepid Olympians. In fact, let's add in some more fun, and place all the cages, I mean enclosed competition zones, in a big circle so everyone can see each other. Now we add more weight. Slowly. Methodically. More weight. Who can hold out the longest, especially as one by one, the weight becomes too heavy to hold up, and strength begins to fade. I haven't decided if there's a safe stopping point yet so that athletes aren't crushed to death. Maybe it'll be something that can be implemented for the final 3 competitors so they survive long enough to get their medals. Haven't gotten that far in the plan, but I'm sure it'll be a ratings winner. I know there are some of you out there wondering, isn't this just torture that's tantamount to war crimes? And that's a very good question. So for the flippy events, all of the pieces are already in place for added excitement, so only one slight modification is needed here. All events are run more or less in the normal way, only everything is done with a minimum of 2 gymnasts at a time, facing or moving right toward each other at full speed. Normally uninteresting events like the rings and uneven bars now become a series of exciting near collisions. Floor gymnastics will either be a beautiful display of artistic pageantry, or a horrible car crash leaving broken batons, ribbons and bodies everywhere, especially if a springboard is involved. Anyone who walks away under their own power gets a gold medal. Gymnasts who manage to crawl off unassisted get silver, anyone else who survives long enough to receive medical attention gets bronze. Be sure to make yourself plenty of popcorn. In the third and final video in this series on how to improve the Summer Olympics, I'll cover combat and water sports, along with the rest of the events that are worth mentioning. See you then.